Yo ho, good day, and welcome home to Tanimura for episode 8 of our Cities Skylines inspirational build. Today we are going to expand our industrial area, the Pluizenwood Lumber Company. We are going to build a disaster response unit because our town is in the process of burning down and it always seems to be at some place. And we are going to extend our road network. So without further ado, let's build something I did not name and place our elder care center first. We now have the money for it and we have an ideal location. It's practically close to our graveyard, but not offensively close, so the elderly don't have to travel far to visit their deceased friends, but it's not like they will get. It's not like you get to live here because you're easily transportable to the graveyard next door. Now that that situation is settled, let's address the Pluizenwood Lumber Company situation, because it's not yet offering us enough jobs. So 4 new tree plantations are coming in right here. So I did a little roadway adjustment off screen. I shortened this road by 2 because otherwise this would not quite fit and I don't like the look of it. After that I am going to add some nice little large log yard to this part of the area because we currently really lack storage, and that is a problem for our profits. So I'm going to draw out this dirt road from here until there, and then add in the log yard over here. Now that will supply our sawmill as well and add a little bit of demand for our production buildings. While people get settled into our jobs, let's also add a little 27 by 27 block for new residents to come in on, because we will soon need it. When people get settled into their jobs, residential demand will also increase again. So let's be ahead of that and have our roadway system ready. Then also let's supply those people with some water. And add some road names to this off screen, and after that I will return to you. Cozy little town burning down once again. So I think I am going to try to remedy this with our town center build, which is going to include a fire station and a disaster response unit. So our town center is going to sit in this area and we are going to need more space. So time to buy our first tile of land. So this one is in. It's ours now. Let's enjoy it. Then I'm going to use the normal road. I'm going to keep my snapping on, and I'm going to get it here in the corner and draw it out by 45 tiles. So I won't let this sit permanently, it will change, but for now a 45 by 45 square is what is going to be drawn in. Then I'm going to set nodes at 15. So 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I think here. And on the other side as well. So 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 15. And so I will do this for the entirety of the square. So now it looks a little bit like this. And what we're going to do then is we are going to delete these roads that sit outside of our freshly created nodes. And then we are going to draw in straight roads between these corners. Which will give us a nice area to work with, to place our buildings in, and to expand on later on. So what I think I'm going to do to the area for now is I'm going to connect it with just one road. It comes out from the middle here. Is that the middle? Or is it not? It's not, is it? No. Oh, there is no middle of 15, of course. Well, I'll just grab a corner then. This will be good as well. And then I will add some water to it. Nice and under the road. And then I'm going to place the central asset of our town center, which is going to be the disaster response unit. We kind of need it right now, and we have a nice place to put it in, which will be right over here, because this is a rather chunky asset. So yeah, we need a lot of space for it. But it is good looking. It totally is. And then I'm going to get us some nice pathways. I'm going to turn off our road guidelines, and I'm going to start on either side of the disaster response unit, just, you know, creating a park space in the middle where people can enjoy the wonderful architecture of this building. And of course, I want to place my fire station as well. I barely do not have the money for it, so I will have to wait on that for a second, but it will soon be placed. It will soon be. So I will need a temporary power connection as well. This'll do. I hope to remove that one by the end of the episode, but for now it does the job. Supplies power to our disaster response unit, so the helicopters can take off and help out with our inferno situation. Although it seems to have sorted itself out for now. Pretty much. It's kind of a charred wasteland, but who will notice, right? It's just a giant scorch mark on the neighborhood. So, to make sure firemen get there sooner the next time round, we are going to put our new fire station in this area. Since I have already used the European one, I will now use the other one. It's a bit smaller, but it's nice for the area. It will fit, and although maybe I want to add this to... Yeah, I kind of want to add this fire station to this disaster response unit. So what I'm going to do is draw this road out up until here, and I'm going to put our fire station right up along here, leaving a little room for decoration. This will be a park, so some extra trees here would be nice as well. Let's take that into account while we are building, right? So this probably has a traffic light, which we do not want. This is going to be a nice junction with this as a priority road. So traffic will pass through here quite a bit faster. Then I'm also going to add a road to this corner. Just so there's multiple ways to enter and exit the town center. And since we have some residential demand right now, I am going to fill in this square with some fresh new housing. Like this. And now it seems like a good time to add some more shops to our beachfront. It's a bit scorched right now, but people will still come, and they will want to buy ice cream, they will want to buy sunglasses. They don't care about a bit of scorch marks on the top side of the beach. They can just put their towels down right here and enjoy the clear water, never having to look at it. Ain't it a beautiful view anyway? Well, until our city grows there, of course, then this will become a bit more of a dull view, but I hope the crossing citizens will not mind. What does spawn in over here? It gets a lot of parking lots, which is fine, but is it too big? Hard choice, hard choice. It does kind of fit with that house in the background. I think I'll make this one historical and let this one sit. And add something else next to it. Sunset Beach. It's getting somewhere. I think after this asset spawns in, I'm going to do a nice detailing time lapse. Because we've built quite a bit and it doesn't quite look good yet. And if I can't look at my city while I'm building, it doesn't make much sense to me. Yeah, another one of these is fine. So see you on the other side of the time lapse. Much better. And now let's spend some time building a park for the elderly. I'm going to use a paved path to give them a wheelchair accessible path through the park because, yeah, it's the nice and reasonable thing to do, right? So we're going to draw it under the bridge twice. And then we're going to snake it back to the road just so they have, a nice place to go for a little walk. Usually won't be really far walks, but some fresh air is good for everybody. And everyone should have a bit of fresh air just in walking distance of their homes, right? Definitely the elderly who have worked their entire lives and now finally get to rest. Oh, I won't let me place it that deep, but that's okay. And in here maybe of course too deep. Like this. Just to, provide some shade on the path. It's just a nice little garden to take a walk in with Grandma. Does it fit one more? Yeah, it does. And the other side as well. And then also some more specific trees, just to add a little bit of flavor, I guess. You know, bit of a nice change up of tree type. Do have some different kinds of leaf to look at. It's getting awfully foggy over here though, so it will be hard to decorate in this. Maybe one more of these over here, and maybe flower tree, one down here, two over here near the gazebo. Maybe later I will add some props to it, maybe not. We will see. It looks a lot better like this already. And that's that. So let's expand our residential road network a little, because we're going to need more houses soon anyway. Let's turn more snapping on. Road length and grid seem nice. And then just the maximum amount in, so we have a nice amount of space to work with. Now let's also use the road guidelines to get these nodes. Did I do something weird here? Yeah, I did something really weird. That wasn't in the right place, so let's replace it. That's better. Now let's parkify this area up a little bit extra too. I'm thinking next to these paths I'm going for a park fence. I'm turning off the road guidelines again. And it's going to be straight. Just a nice border for the park. More decorative than to keep someone out, I guess. And maybe a few trees as well. I'm thinking this area is a little bit fancier, so a nice sugar maple line next to these pots will be more suitable than normal green trees with leaves. And this way we are making money while we are making the place look that much more beautiful. So now when you're at this crossing, you have some nice little trees to border your view towards the disaster response unit. We will do more for this square in a later episode, but for now I just want to place our post office, because that's what this town really needs. A nice post office on this corner. And does it link to... Yes, it links the power through as well, so we don't have to bother with this power line anymore. We are also almost running out of power, and I had a small idea for that. I do not like large wind farms around this area, but I do think one would, just casually be put around here. Behind the high school, this area wasn't going to be used anyway, and it has a nice amount of wind. So now we have a nice extra bit of power to supply our town with. Now let's take a little look-see at our next milestone. So it's going to be a busy town, and we need 4,200 people for that. That's 1,200 more than we have now. But we might actually get there quite soon, as in maybe next episode we'll probably get there. And it will get us sightseeing bus tours, trolley buses, level 4 unique buildings, leisure and tourism unique buildings, which I really like, oil industry, the last one gave us ore, I forgot to mention that, the tourism specialization, so last one probably gave us leisure specialization as well, and some policies, which I rarely use, and a lot of new roads, which, yeah, that's what I'm really waiting for. Upgrading some roads into better roads, starting our bicycle network, also some new ways of providing with power, some improved facilities, police headquarters, fire station, hospital, all things to look out for. A nice bus station, maybe we will dive into that. But I think for this area I would probably use a ferry and bus terminal rather than a bus station. But we will see. Here, the ferry and bus exchange stop. That's probably what's going to be used in this area. And the geothermal power plant is one I'm going to be fairly happy with. The community pool I want to use near our high school. Also something I'm looking out to, so lots to look out for next milestone. And we need to do some work to get there still. So first off, a little bit of beachfront commercial. These will all be 3x2s. We will see what spawns in and whether we have to delete it. And I promised some nice trees over here. So I will give us some nice trees over here. And one of these over here. Yeah, that looks a little better already. So what did we get? What did we get here? All the same. Okay, so now I'm going to hope that this one is going to bring me another one of the same assets because, well, if it's all gonna be the same, I would like it to actually all be the same. And maybe some nice trees with leaves, the larger variety. Here at the top of the road. They look a bit burned down for now, but that will fix itself soon enough. When the charredness of our last fire disappears. So what kind of houses should we use for this area? And what kind of water? Well, the added kind, I guess. So let's first take care of that part of business. Some nice water pipes for our residents to drink from, to shower with. Who knows, maybe even wash the car with. I'm thinking about 4x3 houses here, because it's a slightly wider area and it might fit. It might fit nicely. So let's see about how we are going to about that. How we are going to go about that. Well, let's first place in 4 over here, then another 4 from this side, and we have 3 tiles left in the middle, which leaves some decoration room with a nice bath. So that's what it's gonna be for this street. And some nice little green trees with leaves up along here and back into here. Just to spice up the atmosphere a little. Then, of course, we need to make these residentials actually zoned, because I'm not using the plot growables mod, only the find it one, just to, not have to play whack-a-mole, but keep a slight sense of game realism in there. So I still have to make them historical as well. Even though I do not care enough about game realism to play without mods, because I do not like this game without Traffic Manager, and if I use Traffic Manager, I might as well use some other quality of life mods as well. So I do. I'm also going to attach this road over here. So we have another exit for this little neighborhood, which is not too close to this one, nor this one, so it's nice. And this looks like it's filled out nicely. And now our commercial has spawned in at the beach. Let's see how it looks. Yeah, good enough for the corner asset. Sure. So now I also think I want to add a library to our town center. For this I am going to draw out a road from here to here, and I'm going to place in the library at the Well, not exactly at the end of that road. Right over here. And then I'm going to delete this road and draw this one straight in so it connects up. So now our library sits at the end of this street and everyone can get to it. Plus it combines kinda well with the disaster response unit, right? We're gonna give the town center a nice parky vibe around it. Some larger assets in the center, some commercial around, and then extending back into residential. And it's going to be a separate district. Crossing is going to end here, and how this part of town is going to be called, I think I will let you guys decide that. Let's see what you come up with. Comment on the video and tell me what name Emerson Square should have. Because Emerson Square is not a name I like. So that was it again for our 8th episode of Tanimura. I hope you enjoyed it. It is becoming a beautiful, beautiful city. People are moving in, it's going well, we are making money, and we even have a slight bit of a town center now. Look at this roundabout, decorated from all sides. So nice, so nice. So if you have a name for our town center, I would love to hear it in the comment section. For the road that flows from the school to the roundabout past the town center as well, I have not found a proper name for it yet. Next episode we will expand this neighborhood and probably we will also work on the town center a bit more, decorate up a little bit extra in this area, and yeah, lots of fun to be had, right? So, thank you all for watching, and make the best of the rest of your day.